Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the HermitCraft Feed the Beast server. So last episode I was talking about this area was kind of laggy and things like that, and I had a lot of suggestions in the comments to remove the wrath lamps. So I have done that. All the wrath lamps are gone. I'm still seeing slightly low frames over here, and that might be because of this stained glass or maybe the multi-block structures. I don't know. I'm seeing around between 30 and 60 frames, which is, I guess that's decent for Feed the Beast, but if I hop into vanilla, I always get around 200, so yeah, I always feel like my frames are pretty low, but I suppose it's okay. So yeah, I did remove those wrath lamps, and it does seem like that has helped the server quite a bit on the CPU. So what that means is like the sky won't be as jumpy, and if more people log in, we won't see as much block lag, things like that. We didn't really have a huge problem with that before, but it was one of those things I kept my eye on, and I just didn't want to see the server get down, you know, to unbearable, unplayable levels. So just taking precautions, getting rid of, you know, whatever I can to make sure the server is running smoothly. So since I got rid of those wrath lamps, I had to spam torches everywhere. I think I probably went through 7 or 8 stacks of torches just to light up everything those wrath lamps were doing for me. So not really sure what I'm gonna do. I don't like all the torches around. I mean, I have a lot of torches like in these different hives, which I suppose is okay. But yeah, I think I want to figure out a better lighting situation. Now I know that I use some of those Zycorodite, or is it Zycorium lights? I can't remember. In a bunch of my projects, so I'm thinking it might be something like I replace the bottom blocks of these honeycombs with those lights just to provide that extra light, you know, on the walkways and inside here. But even if I do replace those with those lights, I mean, they only go so far, and I'm sure the very center is going to be dark, and I'm still gonna have a torch or something here to light this up. But that's something I'm just gonna play around with, probably off camera over the weekend, or I'm not sure, whenever I get enough of the stuff to make all the lights that I need, because that's a lot of blocks. If I was to replace the entire bottom with those light blocks, I also got to think about how I'm going to expand this out so I can, you know, add more bees and do everything that I want to do. Over here at where the iron bees were, I went ahead and I removed the iron bees. Well, I didn't really remove them, I converted them. I've changed them into fortified bees. These are the ones that make steel. Yep, there's a steel comb right there, in fact. I've had these guys going pretty much since the last episode. Like right after recorded, it's like, I should get the steel bees going. So I bred them all up. Well, I injected them with the fortified serum, I should say. Got them all going, and then I put frames on them. I've had them going with the impregnated frames this whole time. So yeah, we've been getting like the fastest amount of steel from 12 alvearies for about 3 days now. So we've gotten quite a lot of that stuff. What I want to work on today though is I got a lot of random projects around here that I want to start upgrading and continue working on. The first one I want to work on is this rain stopper thing I did a few episodes ago. This does work, and it works great, but I think we can make it better. Right now I have an ender chest here full of these things, which I stopped producing about a week ago, I think. So it's gone through a few stacks of them, but I think I can compact this a little bit smaller and use applied energistics to do what this is doing. So I can get rid of this pulse former, I think that's what that's called, the relay, this block, this pipe, and the autarkic gate, and this chest. I think I can replace all of that with some applied energistic stuff. So let's get started. Let's just tear this all down. Yep, this served its purpose and it worked well. Let me stop flying so I can break this stuff faster. But I think I want to try and just make this just a little bit better. Okay, so let's get rid of this. And going with what I've been doing, the less red power stuff, the better. So getting rid of that pulse former, yep, I think that's going to be good for us. It's likely that red power could be removed from Feed the Beast at some point in time, And if that happens, I want to make sure, you know, none of my stuff is going to break. So let's see. I could go straight up from here. Where are we at? I just kind of want to... Whoop. I fell. Oh, hey. Whoa. What the heck? I want to just go up. Okay, so where are we at over here? Ooh. That's actually not a bad spot. Actually, that's a pretty good spot. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is I'm going to put the Rainmaker... Or, I'm sorry, not the Rainmaker. The Rain Tank right there. Yep, that should be fine. And then I need to put a wooden transport pipe. And I need one of these autarkic gates. Awesome. So now I just gotta click this on so it says liquid in tank. Redstone signal. Awesome. Okay, so if I come in here, I am going to need an export bus. I'm gonna need a little bit of the cabling. About that much should work. Let me just go and run this cabling now. Actually, you know what? I kind of put this in the wrong spot. This should be over one more block. Whoops. Careful, careful. So yeah, I think I want to bring it up right. Whoop. Hey, I just did something. What the heck did I just do? Oh man, get that stuff back in there. I was trying to shift and place this at the same time. That didn't really work the way I wanted to. Okay, so yeah, that should go right like that. That's fine. Now I need an export bus right there. Just turn that so it's pointing up. Yep. Let me replace this grass. My drill gets away from me every once in a while. It's a little powerful. Okay, so I need the wooden transport pipe. I need the autarkic gate. I need to set... Oh, I can't set that until I put the rain tank down. So let's do that. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So we want liquid in tank. And we want to emit a redstone signal. And then we're going to set this export bus to activate once per pulse. And move single items. On top of there, we're going to put a Rainmaker. Yep. Okay, so now I need to grab one of those dissipation charges. Let me grab actually a few of those so I can stick some in the ME system. Just grab one here. Okay, good. And we will set this right like that. Okay, so when this thing gets rained on, it should trigger this gate to emit a redstone signal, which will trigger the export bus. So it should only send one item because it's set to move single items once per pulse. So when this thing turns on, it should send an item directly into the Rainmaker, and we should be good. I haven't tried this yet, so this might not work, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. Okay, and then we need another one of those autarkic gates. We can set this to liquid in tank as well. And, actually, let's see. Yeah, that should work. We'll set this to liquid in tank, energy pulsar, and then we'll just put the void pipe. Right there. Something like that. That should work. Okay, so I think that is all we would need to do. Although I could, compact this a little bit more, I think. But I think the most important thing right now is just to see if this is actually going to work, because I've never done this before. Now, last time I tried this, people gave me a lot of grief for using the toggle rainfall command, and I know there's an iodine charge. So let's see, how do I even make one of these? I've never even tried. So it's pollen, honey drops, gunpowder, and a carpenter. Okay, so let's try and make one of those. I'll probably do this real quick, and we will be right back. Okay, so I set up a carpenter here with a liquid tesseract set to water and an energy tesseract to provide it the power it needs. So now all we need to do is just give it some pollen, right like that. Yep. And this should make one real quick. Awesome. So let me click this onto... Where'd it go? Am I blind? Did I not take it out of the thing? Oh, I put it right there. Derp. Let me click that right on there. That should start the rain up. Ooh, that's actually going slower than I thought it would be. That is really weird. The dissipation charge goes real quick. Huh. I didn't know this thing would take like 4 times as long. Interesting. Well, at least we will be able to see this work for the first time, and hopefully this rain tank thing works as well. Okay, so there goes. So now that just sent a dissipation charge right into it, and that should kill the rain immediately. Right? Yep, there's the moon. Rain goes away. Awesome. Okay, so that is I think that's a much better setup in my opinion, because I don't have to have an ender chest anywhere. This goes directly in. We don't have to wait for the item to go through a wooden pipe and then into it and then for it to do its thing. So it should kill the rain a lot faster. I'll probably move this off to the side or on top. Feels kind of like it's too long and in the way. I don't know. But yeah, that's awesome that this works now. I can go ahead and get rid of this thing. I don't need to kill that stuff. Let's just do this. Get rid of you guys. Awesome. Very cool. Okay, so that is one project down. Let me put some of this stuff away. That. I need to empty out this chest directly into the ME system before I forget, because I don't want it to run out. Okay, put these guys in there. Yeah, it's more than enough. That should last at least 2 weeks by now. Get rid of this and that and this and that. Awesome. All right, so put these guys away. Okay, so that is one project down. The next project that I want to work on is not quite like this, but I want to continue working on the Industrial Craft 2 Greg Tech stuff downstairs. Now, last episode, I had hooked up the Industrial Centrifuge and I hooked up the Industrial Blast Furnace. And I was informed that I could put more than one Industrial Blast Furnace on the same casing. Now, I didn't know that you could do this because I'm pretty sure that DMAC and I tried this a long time ago. When we first started Feed the Beast, we went into a creative world and we were trying all sorts of things, and this is one thing that we could never do, but I have gone into creative just a few days ago and tried it myself, and it does in fact work. So if we look up an Industrial Blast Furnace, I am going to make 3 more of those. So hopefully I have all the materials available to do that. I think the longest part of this process is just going to be making the advanced machine block, since it's got to do the rolling machine, make the mixed metal ingots and things like that. So are we gonna go? Okay, well there's one. Yeah, so that's gonna take a little bit of time to process. So we can stick this right here, and yep, turn from red to green, and it does have the correct heat capacity. That is awesome. So I can, tell this thing to make me another interface. I should probably craft up 3 more of those. I don't know how long that's gonna take. It seems like it's taking a long time on this other. So Industrial Blast Furnace, awesome. It's already made another one of these guys. Okay, so let's stick you here. Awesome. How are we doing on the interface? Have we made any of those yet? Aha, 2 of them. Excellent. So we can stick another interface here and another one there. Very cool. Okay, and the last one should be done by now. That's so awesome. Just be like, yeah, make me some of these. I'll just wait. Thanks. Interface, and there is the final interface. Awesome. Okay, so that is almost set up. I do need some import buses. I need 3 of these, and then I'm gonna need some cable. Let's see, it's probably gonna make something for these. Yeah, that's taking a little bit of time, so it's obviously crafting something like a furnace. Oh, it's probably making the silicon. That's what it's doing. I'm sure I'm out of that stuff. Well, give me, oh, there it is. There's a 3rd one. Okay, so we'd stick that right there, and finally this one right there. So we can break that out, this guy out. I'm gonna have to figure out how to provide all these things power. I'm sure it won't be too complicated, but it's something that I'm gonna have to do. So grab some cabling. Okay, just connect you there, and there. And there. Awesome. So let's head down and take a look at this from the bottom side. Okay, so I'm going to have to remove that block because we need to get power. Okay, and finally you. Right. So I need 3 more medium voltage transformers. In fact, I could probably just use one, but I'd rather each of these machines have its own. So I wonder what I'm low on here. It's got to do gold. I might be low on rubber, actually. Rubber, 138. So why is it not crafting that? I know it's got to do machine blocks. Ooh, that's probably what I'm out of, is the refined iron. Yep. Okay, I got 7, 8. There we go. Okay, so I have one of these. Well, I'm going to have to wait a little bit on these transformers. But in the meantime, we can grab some glass fiber. Okay. And we're going to do, let's see. We got to worry about how we're going to connect the ME cabling too. So maybe I should bring those down just so I can see where those are going to be. Doot doot. Okay, so the power goes in there. Maybe we could do something like that for the power, and then we can just go around. I think we'd have to go down one lower for the cabling. I think. I think something like that should work. Kind of a silly design here, but ooh, that's going to connect there. So we need to bring that down. Something like that. Yeah, not too pretty, but it does connect all four of these things together. Right, so I think at this point, my other medium voltage transformer should be done. Awesome. Okay, so let's hook you right there. And finally you right there. Connect, connect, and connect. Bang. So that's awesome. That is all hooked up. There's probably a better way I could get these cables all done, but yeah, it's kind of a pain that, you know, we have to go with the ME cables and the fiber. I don't know. I think that should work though. Okay, so let's get out of here. So these should all pretty much be ready to go. So now I just got to give them all different patterns for what I want to cook up. One thing that I do want to do is make some steel. So I've already made a pattern for that. Let me just go ahead and make one steel dust. Okay, dust, 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 dust. Awesome. So if I put the steel dust in here, and ooh, that's actually, nope, that is not going to work. I need to make a pattern for the steel dust and actually put that in there. Okay, so let's do steel ingot, 10, begin, and now it's working. There we go. So now we got steel going in our industrial blast furnace. So I could do titanium, craft. Let's make 10 of those, begin. And now over here, we have titanium being made in our industrial blast furnace. So that is also pretty awesome. So the next thing that I need to do is I'm going to work on upgrading this blast furnace so it has a higher heat capacity. Right now it can only do 1500, but I would like to bump that up so it can do, you know, the maximum, so we don't have to worry about, you know, building more of these or whatever. So there's another type of casing. So if we come in here, we can see the standard machine casing, which, yeah, I think we did that last episode. Let's see. Oh, I gotta do it on this one. Casing. So this one's gonna use reinforced machine casing. So this is gonna use 6 steel, an advanced machine block, and some advanced circuits to make 4 of those. And I think I want to do the corners, so we're gonna do 16 in total. I might end up replacing the entire thing with the reinforced. I'm not quite sure yet. The final tier, though, of this advanced machine casing requires chrome. So I should figure out, actually, how chrome is made. I think you have to use the industrial blast furnace to make it. Yeah, and that requires 1700. So I have to use a little bit higher power machine casing. So this gets up to 1700, so I can make chrome. And then I can make the pink casing. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. Let me go make a pattern for this stuff, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I just went ahead and I made up 8 of the reinforced machine casing. So I'm actually kind of interested in seeing what replacing one block does. So we're at 1520k right now. So if I remove that block, these machines are going to be like, can't do anything. So if we place one of those, it goes good over here. Now we're at 1540, so that's actually not too much more. So I'm not sure exactly how much of this machine casing I need to replace, but I'd rather do the corners first because there is lava inside of this thing. So let's see, if I replace that and this. Okay, so those turn green. Oh, so we only need, I think, one more, right? I think one added 20. So if I do a reinforced machine casing, let's do that. Now this is going to take a little bit of time to do because it has to make these advanced advanced alloys. Got to compress them, do some other stuff. Let's see. Casing, has it made it yet? Standard machine casing. Still waiting. I'm not quite sure what it's doing right now. I think it's got to craft up some stuff though. Let's see. The reinforced machine casing. Yeah, it's the advanced circuits and it's the advanced machine block and then the steel. We should have the steel already made, I think. Unless we're out. No, it's got it. Okay, I'm not sure why it hasn't crafted these just yet. Let's go upstairs and take a look at the crafting monitor. That will generally tell us what's up, what it's waiting on, what it's missing. Although I don't think it should be missing anything. Did it just not craft it? Standard. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, it was waiting on something. I'm not quite sure what it was. Maybe rubber for the advanced circuit. I don't know. Okay, so now we just need to replace one more of these guys. And then these say 17. Awesome. So that's enough to do chrome. So now we got to make chrome. And to get chrome, you got to do chrome dust. And this comes from... Oop, that's the wrong button. How you make chrome dust. So this comes from an industrial electrolyzer and ruby dust. So 9 ruby dust will get us 1 chrome in some of the aluminium dust. That's another thing people were commenting on. This is actually spelled aluminium. There's an extra I in it. It's not aluminum. So that's why I was saying it that way last episode. People were asking if I was British. No, I'm not. It's actually spelled differently. Okay, so we need an industrial electrolyzer. So we need to grab one of these guys. Let's build that. I already got the pattern pre-made. Should only take a couple of seconds here to make that up. I'm going to need a pattern. Eventually, I'm going to need some ruby dust. Whoa. I got plenty of this stuff going, and then I even have, more rubies here. So I need 9 of those, I think, is what it was. Okay, and then... Has it made my industrial electrolyzer yet? No, it is still crafting something. Let's look at the recipe in that. Man, so much thunder today. Yeah, it's an extractor, an electrolyzer, magnetizer, some refined iron, and some circuits. The thunder's still going. Maybe I didn't put that in the right spot. Okay, so my industrial electrolyzer has now been made, and I think it's a 32 EU a tick machine similar to the centrifuge. So let me... Oh, no. This is a 128 machine. Okay, so we will probably stick this a little bit away from those. So let me just use one of these machine casings. And we'll put the electrolyzer just right there. That's fine. Okay, so I need a medium voltage transformer for this one. Okay, so there is our medium voltage transformer, and we can just go ahead and stick that right now. And that should do what we need it to do. If I could jump up here, that'd be nice. Awesome. Okay, so if I stick 9 ruby dust in there... Oh, I need some empty cells too. That is right. So that, I think 3 would be enough. Is that enough? Yep, 3 exactly. Okay, so this is going to do its thing. It takes a little bit of time to go. Looks like probably 30 seconds or a minute. Not quite sure. But yeah, I need to get the chrome dust, and then we can say 9 ruby dust equals 1 chrome dust. But in the meantime, we can hook up the AE part of this. I do need to grab another interface. Let's grab you. Begin. I need to grab an import bus. Let's grab you. Begin. Okay, so that's already crafted. That's awesome. That didn't take any time at all. So an interface, still crafting. I think it's probably smelting silicon over here. Unless it's not crafting, I don't know. What does it take to make an interface? Yeah, there it is. But I'm curious, why is it taking so long? Glass, conversion matrix. Oh, it's got to smelt the processors, I bet, is the problem. Yeah, I don't know. That's got to be what it's waiting on. Oop, machine casings, grab that. Okay, so we will stick this right here, and we'll put the import bus on the side. Yep. Okay, so I need just some cables. Grab you. So where are the cables that come over to these guys? Right there. So I don't have cables going to these either, so I need another import bus. Okay, so those are now hooked up to the system. They have power. Everything should be good on all of these machines. Oh, you know, no, that's fine. I was gonna say I don't think this one was actually gonna be connected to the network, but I did put a cable there. Okay, so now that we have chrome dust, I need to go make a pattern saying 9 ruby dust equals 1 chrome dust. Then we can put the... Then we have to make another pattern saying 1 chrome dust equals 1 chrome ingot. Alright, so 9 ruby equals 1 chrome. There's a pattern, encode that. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to do this a couple more times, get that chrome ingot, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so I got the industrial electrolyzer all hooked up, and then I realized, oh yeah, we have to put empty cells in it. So I thought I would be smart and take this assembler pattern and add 3 of the 10 cells. The empty cells to this would be 9 ruby dust, and 3 empty cells makes 1 chrome dust. Well, that doesn't quite work. It'll put the 9 ruby dust here, and then once it finishes electrolyzing, it'll put the 3 cells here. So we want the cells, you know, in the cell spot, and the only way to do that is by putting items in through the bottom. So I had to come down under here and put an export bus that's just doing an empty cell, and it's moving single items or crafting them if there's none in the inventory, none in the ME system. So yeah, I ended up hooking up 2 of these things because I'm probably going to want to do more than one electrolyzed item at a time. Yeah, I have this hooked up kind of weird because I needed access to the bottom of them. I suppose I could put the power through the front and then put these right next to each other or something, but yeah, this is just the way I have it hooked up for right now. Okay, so off camera I've done a few more patterns and I got a lot of things going here. I made everything that we need to make the advanced machine casing. So if we look here, it's going to take 6 chrome for this recipe, and each one of these chrome takes about a minute, so that's 6 minutes to make 4 of these. We need a highly advanced machine block, which is 4 more chrome, so that's a total of 10 minutes, and then plus this titanium ingots, which I have a bunch of them already crafted, and then 1 advanced machine block, which isn't too bad. Then we need these data control circuits. We need 2 of these, which is kind of complicated looking, but let me see if I can find the recipe that I'm using. Yeah, this is close. So I'm using an advanced circuit here, a platinum ingot here, and one of these data storage circuits, and that makes 1 of these things. So these data storage circuits is an advanced circuit wrapped with emerald dust. Since I have the emerald bees and I've had plenty of emerald dust made, I figured this was probably going to be a pretty good use for it. So yeah, this is the recipe that I went with. So we can make these data storage circuits so I can make the data control circuits. Yeah, this is a lot of this crazy GregTech stuff. But yeah, that is all completely automated now in the ME system. So all I have to do is say, make me an advanced machine casing, and it's going to go and, you know, do the ruby dust, turn to the chrome dust, smelt the chrome into the ingots, do the same thing with the titanium or the chrome over here, make everything I need. So pretty much I could say, make me 34 or 36 highly advanced machine casings or whatever, and it will just do it all automatically. So I think I'm actually going to do that. So let's do advanced, no, casing? Okay, well this is weird. I have the advanced machine casing item right here, but if I look here, casing, it does not appear. That's so odd. Let me try taking this out, perhaps. Advanced machine casing. Okay, so now it's not there. And we'll put it back in. I have no idea why that's not showing up. So if we look here on this thing, and put it there, it looks like everything's correct. Maybe let me try putting it on a different page. No? Does this do anything? Oh my goodness. I got so many things going wrong today. I need to figure out what to do with that rain. It was hooked up before and that worked, and now it's not quite working. Like it's pulling out the rainwater before the redstone signal can go off, so it never knows it never emits that redstone signal because it's always empty. It's probably a directional thing. I think that's probably what's going on. So I'll have to figure that out off camera. I don't know why I cannot find the advanced machine casing in here. That is really weird. Maybe I could try resetting the system by breaking a cable. Sometimes if you break a cable somewhere, it'll remember or reset. Let's see, casing. Nope, that still didn't do it. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Alright guys, well I got some things to figure out. We made some pretty good progress here. If I can get this to work off camera, I'm just going to go ahead and make the advanced machine casing. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.